India, officially the Republic of India, is a South Asian country. It ranks as the 7th largest country by area and holds the title of the most populous nation as of June 2023. Since gaining independence in 1947, it has been known as the world's most populous democracy. Geographically, India is surrounded by the Indian Ocean to the south, the Arabian Sea to the southwest, and the Bay of Bengal to the southeast. It shares land borders with Pakistan to the west, China, Nepal, and Bhutan to the north, and Bangladesh and Myanmar to the east. The Indian Ocean situates India near Sri Lanka, the Maldives, and its Andaman and Nicobar Islands share maritime borders with Thailand, Myanmar, and Indonesia. Human history on the Indian subcontinent dates back to at least 55,000 years ago when modern humans migrated from Africa. Over time, various cultures emerged due to prolonged isolation and settlement, leading to high genetic diversity. The settled way of life began around 9,000 years ago along the Indus River basin, eventually evolving into the Indus Valley Civilization by the 3rd millennium BCE. By 1200 BCE, an ancient form of Sanskrit, an Indo-European language, had spread into India from the northwest. This is evident in the Rigveda hymns, which documented the emergence of Hinduism. The region witnessed the rise of Hinduism, with the decline of Dravidian languages in the northern and western areas. By 400 BCE, societal stratification and caste divisions had developed within Hinduism, while Buddhism and Jainism emerged as alternative belief systems, advocating for social equality not tied to heredity. The political landscape saw the establishment of the Maurya and Gupta empires and the Ganges Basin, characterized by creativity and cultural exchange, but also gender inequality and the incorporation of untouchability into the belief system. In South India, the Middle Kingdom spread Dravidian language scripts and religious practices to Southeast Asian realms. During the early medieval era in India, Christianity, Islam, Judaism, and Zoroastrianism established themselves along the southern and western coasts. Muslim armies from Central Asia intermittently invaded India's northern plains, leading to the formation of the Delhi Sultanate and the integration of northern India into the networks of medieval Islam. The 15th century witnessed the Vijayanagara Empire contributing to a lasting composite Hindu culture in the south. Sikhism emerged in the Punjab, rejecting institutionalized religion. The Mughal Empire's arrival in 1526 brought about relative peace and left behind impressive architectural achievements. The British East India Company subsequently expanded its rule, transforming India into a colonial economy while also consolidating its authority. British Crown rule began in 1858. Slowly, Indians gained rights, technological advancements were introduced, and modern education and public life took root. A non-violent nationalist movement gained prominence, ultimately leading to the end of British rule. In 1947, the British Indian Empire was divided into two independent dominions, India and Pakistan, resulting in significant loss of life and massive migration. Since 1950, India has been a federal republic with a democratic parliamentary system. It boasts a diverse, multilingual, and multi-ethnic society. The population surged from 361 million in 1951 to nearly 1.4 billion in 2022. Concurrently, per capita income and literacy rates increased significantly. What was once a relatively impoverished nation has transformed into a rapidly growing major economy, particularly in information technology services, accompanied by a burgeoning middle class. India has a space program and is among the few nations with full launch capabilities, deploying cryogenic engines, conducting extraterrestrial missions, and operating a vast fleet of satellites. Indian culture, including movies, music, and spiritual teachings, has gained global prominence. Despite significant progress in poverty reduction, India faces challenges like economic inequality, gender disparity, child malnutrition, and rising air pollution. The country is a nuclear-armed state with substantial military spending. Unresolved disputes over Kashmir persist with neighboring Pakistan and China. India's land is rich in biodiversity, housing 4 hotspots, and about 21.7% of the country's area is covered by forests. The nation's wildlife, historically revered in its culture, thrives in these forests and protected habitats.